Hey YouTube, what's going on? ZeroMagnumX here. We have a Force of Will game. We'll be basically doing 3 game ones, I think, just to get the hang of it. In the future, we may go over sideboard options and all that. Plus, I have to work later on. If you do hear any background noise, my little one's in her bassinet, kind of snoozing. So we're going to just get this out of the way. We're going to roll here to see who goes first and then shuffle up. I got snake eyes, quite literally. I'm probably going second. She got a 4. Okay, she'll be going first. We'll shuffle here. Hopefully everybody can see everything. That's my biggest concern. We have a very kind of limited space. I need to figure out better solutions to use the app and everything. I may actually have a need for my, what do you call them? My tablet. Might actually boot that up. I'd never use it because I'm always on my computer and stuff, so maybe I'll actually see if I can find the magic app on that or some kind of life counter app and then get a nice setup for everybody. Make it a little bit more hospitable. But for right now, we're using my big clunky Windows phone. And you'll be going first. We both have Reflect and Refrain. As you can tell from the title, I am used to magic terms. I am on basically 4 color fairies, or I guess 4 will fairies, and she is on kind of a mono dark Jund or wind, fire and darkness deck for shadows. So I'm gonna present my deck. Go ahead and
I already cut and gave it back on your side of the board.
I didn't pay attention. I'm talking, it happens, and then just a quick shuffle of the stones. Oh, if you want to cut, you can. Alright, and hopefully the play space will be enough. Trying to make sure everything shows. Alright, and we'll draw our opening hands of 5. And I think you still choose mulligans based on who goes first. Or I'm not sure if you do it at the same time in this game. Can you see that? Okay, maybe I'll just call my stones sideways or something. I don't know. And use the damage zone. I'm using Vanguard mats right now because they fit.
One.
I'm going to do 2. Alright. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you drew. You skip your draw phase. Do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna tap, make a stone.
Okay. So, tapped.
I have no room down here, pardon me.
Do you want to do anything with Reflect and Refrain or anything like that? Because remember, she can cycle cards if you...
Not at this moment.
Okay.
Gonna go ahead and tap for a black. I'm gonna play the Scarn of Dark Alice.
I'm gonna respond using Reflect and Refrain, so she'll get a counter. Gonna draw, and we're gonna ship this to the bottom. Okay, so here's my hand, and then just 2 protection of the fairies.
Well, I don't need you getting ahead of mana, so let's go ahead and get rid of
Okay,
that.
so Wind Sprite.
Alright, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put a counter on her.
And draw and
Draw and discard.
Well, you don't discard, it goes to the bottom, but I get what you mean. Move life totals back.
And who do I not need right now? I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't need you.
You draw first. Did you draw first?
Yeah, I drew
Okay.
one. And
My
now
turn then?
Nope, I'm gonna go and play an Artemis Bow. It comes in with 2 counters.
Okay. We'll draw for turn then.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna use your flexibility, draw, and bottom that. We're gonna call a stone. And sadly that's the worst one I could have called. So we're just, that has 2 counters.
Why is there 10 counters on her frame?
And I will pass with that. Kinda
Okay,
sucks you took my Wind Sprite.
Like I said, you didn't need more mana. Or will, whichever you want to call it.
Your turn then.
I'm going to go ahead and do this at the end of your turn. Put a counter on her, draw, then bottom.
Okay.
need that card. Okay, go to draw step.
Okay. Also, folks, life total wise, I think what we're gonna do is player 1 and player 2. So, given it's my channel, I'm player 1, just to differentiate, and she's player 2. So my life total will be over here, hers will be over here. Not that I'm trying to say, but it's easier than that way for us to keep track. That's all it's for.
Okay, I finished my draw step. So I'm
Okay,
done with her.
recovery. And do you want to do anything during your draw step with her? Because you can't.
I drew my card, so I'm also going to go ahead and do her thing now.
You don't. Yeah, you can do that before recovery.
I like doing it after.
Okay.
Alright, so let me see. I draw this one. And go and put that one on the bottom.
Also, I'm going to announce it on this video. This is going to be our testing grounds and fun games, even if we're using somewhat competitive decks. In no way am I going to say that these are going to be our best games. Just like my Vanguard, I don't record for optimal games on here. I record for cool matchups. This is a matchup a lot of people have been asking about. How does this go? Another Scorn seems really good.
Yeah, I don't need you getting ahead with your fairies, but like,
Okay, well, I still have 2 protections, the 2 wind sprites, and I picked up Elaine, the fairy, which is a 4/4 with flying. Awakening, I can grab a protection of the fairies from deck? Yeah. And she gives my other fairies +2/+0. And she's a 2-drop, 4/4. And then I still have the 2 water sprites, which I couldn't cast, even though I used Reflect and Refrain to...
Let's get rid of her.
That's fine. That's kind of what I thought was going to
Because
happen.
you already got some light
Okay.
in there already. Okay, and then I'm also going to tap my other stone. Play Jeanne d'Arc.
Okay.
And I have nothing else for turn.
At end phase, I'm going to use Reflect to draw and toss. Let's do, actually... Yeah, that's going to promote my strategy. And then I move to draw phase for turn. I'm going to move to recovery. And we're going to call a stone. Okay, it's a Fairies Memorial, so I reveal the water spirit I've had. What I'm going to do is tap to add water, play her, top card reveal. It is a fairy, I'll add it to hand. And light sprite. Then we're going to throw a protection of fairies on each one of them. And they get +200/+200 and prevention of all damage to them. And
Well, you have to get rid of the protection card in order to go and prevent the damage.
yeah. And did I use Reflect and Refrain this turn?
No, you used it at the end of my turn because
Okay.
I'm at 3.
Then I'm going to do her again. And we will put this one to the bottom. I'm trusting you that I didn't use it, that's why I was making sure. If I did, folks, and you catch it on camera, I promise I'm not trying to cheat. Go ahead.
At your end turn, I'm going to go ahead and do her ability to the draw on the bottom.
Okay.
That one on the bottom. Okay, I go to my draw step.
Okay.
Gonna go ahead and do her ability.
Sure.
Put that one on the bottom. Alright, recovery. Let's go ahead and tap her for a mana.
Darkness, I'm guessing? Unless you're
Yeah.
hard pressed for green. Okay.
I'm not pressed for green yet. Nope, let's go ahead and go darkness. Darkness is
Okay.
good. Gonna play a Glefnir.
Okay.
I like forcing things to do things.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the point of this deck. To really bank on Elizabeth and have a lot of fun with it. Thankfully, my protections are there for that reason.
Let's go ahead and tap a darkness. Guess what I got? You shuffled and cut. I shuffled and cut.
You know what? I don't really care about either of these. So go ahead and pick. It's a mechanical sprite or another Elaine.
Let's give her the Elaine.
Okay.
You'll need to go searching out for stuff.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and tap this for its ability to target Resonator. Shows an attribute with it. Gets 2/2.
So you're attacking me for 5?
Making that block.
Okay.
Swinging for 5.
Okay, it has to block. I'm going to use Reflect and Refrain's ability in response to give this +2/+2. So it'll be a 4. I'm sorry, it'll be like a 6/7.
In response to you using Reflect and Refrain, I'm going to go.
However, again, that has to block. Okay, go ahead.
In response, I'm going to go and use this in order to deal target blocking Resonator 400.
Banish, prevent all damage to it this turn.
Let me see, one way or another, I'm making you get rid of that. Okay, so I'm trying to think. Mine is a 5/5. What is yours right now?
It still has the buff, and it's stopping all damage.
I'm seeing if it kills mine.
No, because you dealt a damage and I stopped it.
Okay.
Or, you know, do I have to? I don't have to stop that damage. That's actually true. Does that have to be the first damage? Sorry. Banish the cards, prevent the next damage that be dealt to it. Okay. No,
That's
actually,
fine,
I'm going to
all
let
of
it
it.
take the 400. And this is blocking. Okay, Dorm blocker step. Whenever it would die.
Like I said, in response
Oh,
to your
I guess
Reflect and
it equals out to being the same thing.
Yeah.
Because it's before damage. We'll figure out rollings. If I could banish that to kill everything cool. I don't know if I can. So I think it results the same way. Okay.
So basically just stalemate? Is that what you're saying?
It had +2/+2, and it's stopping the damage. So yeah, because yours is a 5/5.
Okay. Well, at least got a chance to go and knock something off. I'm okay with that.
Okay, anything else?
No, I already used her ability for the turn.
Okay, I'm gonna gain 200. And reflect, or I already used that. So draw step.
Like I said, my earnest spell was in response.
Reflect and Refrain's ability. Draw. We'll put this onto the bottom. Move to recovery. Call a stone. And we're just going to do add will, add will. And that's a 300. This guy has +4 or +2/+2 in flying, so we're going to kill your Jeanne d'Arc.
Response, attacking, deal 400. You gonna knock off your protection?
Now we'll exchange. And attack you for 2.
Yep.
Go ahead.
At the end of that, I'm gonna go ahead and use Reflect and Refrain's ability. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Okay, draw step.
See, folks, this is kind of the downside to Dark Alice. Is even though it's good at discarding, she doesn't have a board presence, has 2 cards in hand, is going to her turn,
Reflect and Refrain's.
and has to find like a strategy to take out 3 fairies. So I'm not sure how good Dark Alice is right now, especially Scorn, but we'll find out. I think this deck is still a little bit better because even though I'm not having stellar plays, I'm still putting up a really good fight. Man, you are not getting any green blacks. Oh,
Nice
gee.
bow.
Another bow. Yay.
Tap 4, Arthur.
Okay, response.
Okay.
Because it gives everything -2/-2 non-darkness, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do this to gain 3.
Okay.
And I'm going to plus this to give this +2/+2.
It only lasts until a turn, though.
That's true. But cycling doesn't do anything. You know what? Put a recovery on this at your end phase. So I'll gain +3. And this will die.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put the recovery on that. That makes sense. Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you move to end phase?
Yep.
Okay, this untaps at your end phase. And I'll do it to gain another 200. Now I move to draw step. I'm going to keep that. Going to move to recovery. Call a stone. I mean, this is all we really can do. Play Vivian.
Mm-hmm.
Gain 300. Reflect and refrain. To recover at end phase, move to end phase, recover. Go ahead.
Okay. I think it's your end phase. If I don't have any cards, I'm just going to go and choose to give it a 200, 200 until end of turn.
Then it ends turn and it dies. Or it goes down. But that's fine if you want to take out
just
the
in order
counters.
to increase magic counters, because I have no cards in hand.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm going to draw. Can I go ahead and recover? Double checking the back here.
You can bounce a fairy.
I'm seeing how much for each.
It's like 2 to bounce, I think. And then the others are more. Like it's...
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and judgment.
Okay, for 0.
Yeah, she comes over and she still has the 8. I'm going to go ahead and use her ability to tap, remove 4, search my deck for a card, add to hand, shuffle.
Sure. She doesn't have haste though, so you can't do that this turn. You have to wait till it becomes my turn. That's why
I
I
didn't
use...
get a chance to look, but alright.
That's why we use Leviathan.
I don't have a Leviathan right now, I'm kind of stuck.
Well, I offered to put it in your deck and you said no.
Tap for a red, magic matchstick.
Okay, are you... Oh, I mean... Are you gonna kill one of my things?
Yeah, I'm debating which one.
Okay. Well, you can kill my life gainer or my 2/3 searcher that's already used up. Because you won't have enough to kill this.
Let's get rid of your light one.
Response, I'll gain 3, and then it'll die.
Mm-hmm.
I think it will. Did I
Yeah,
use...
because...
Did I use Reflect and Refrain? No, I didn't. So I'm actually going to respond to give it a +2/+2.
Okay, so basically you made it a 4/5. It's minusing 2.
And then minus and 4, so it's 100.
Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and tap Glufnir. We're going to make this block.
Yeah, I'm going to
You already
use
gave
its
your life.
ability. I have no fairy to add to hand. Oh, it says put A. I might not be able to do that then. Okay. It has to block.
Alright.
I don't think I can just blank its
Entering
ability.
combat. Arthur comes in.
Has to block.
Let's say bye-bye.
And
I think I'm good. I have nothing else to do. No cards in hand.
Draw. Refrain. This goes to the bottom. Move to recovery. Call a stone. That's gonna enter tapped.
You're revealing a fairy.
I don't have a fairy to reveal.
Figure out double check.
I have Grand Cross though. We're gonna use that. And it removes from play the creature of the biggest power on the field.
Is that a normal spell?
Yeah. You have to remove 2 counters and tap your roller. Attack.
See, they're hanging on by a thread.
They'd
They're
attack
0
for-
ones.
Are these minus
Yeah.
2?
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
Yay!
Nothing I can do, really.
That cracks me up. Alright. Draw step.
Keep in mind, you can only flip that back on my turn.
I'm aware. Let's go ahead and remove 4 and add a card to hand.
Okay. You have to tap her.
I like that one. That one's good. Cuts. To F4. Another Arthur.
Go to 5,500.
Okay, gonna go into combat.
Or, you know what? It's minus 4, 3, 4, 5, so it'd still die. Wait, I wouldn't. Buff. It gives me a blocker.
I can go ahead and ping it when it decides to block.
You could, but that also force you to use a counter and bow.
Well, this is preventing you at least from bringing in little tiny fairies. Move to combat.
Okay.
Arthur's coming in for 12.
Lock.
Use a counter. So you're taking 12.
Okay.
And
My
that's all
turn.
I got.
Ability. Recovery. Judgment. Pass.
At the end, I'm going to go and flip it back. And you said you could do something at the end whenever you go and flip it, right?
Just add this, it's abilities, it's 0 abilities. Like recover,
I'm going to go ahead.
cycle, blah blah blah.
I'm going to go ahead and choose to recover it at the end of the turn.
Why don't you cycle, draw a card, and...
Because I don't want to get rid of
Yeah,
this
but
one.
you're drawing a card that you may not like.
If it would make you happy.
I'm just giving advice, you don't have to. You might be like, oh, that's useless, and then find something better, and then move the draw step. Because this is going to recover.
Okay. Go to draw step.
Yeah.
You have open mana, I gotta declare it. Okay. Gonna use her ability.
Sure. Now the Dark Atlas deck is kind of catching up, guys. It's kind of like, sucks.
It's saying bye-bye puny fairies.
Yeah, this is one of the things that a lot of shadow decks aren't using right now. In like 4-ofs, and I think that's...
It's good.
I think that's important. As you can see, they easily take over the game.
Elizabeth?
That's a summon spell. I don't think it counts as a normal spell. That's fine, you got an Elizabeth.
Jeanne d'Arc?
That only really works if I have a field, but okay.
It's on there in case you try and make a field. Go to combat.
Response. Turn to your hand.
Coming in for 1,000.
Yep.
Move
Anything
to end
else?
phase.
You
End
got it.
turn.
Draw step. Recovery. Return him to your hand. So bounce Arthur.
I don't want to.
Bounce Arthur.
I don't want to.
Bounce Arthur. You don't have a choice.
Ugh.
Vivian and Protection of Fairies on her. Go.
At your end phase, let's go ahead and do one of My draw on bottom of decks. Put that one on the bottom. Alright. My turn. Draw step. Her ability. Put that one on the bottom. Recovery. Tap 4 for summoning and awakening. Destroy target resonator. It's not dealing any damage, it's just flat out destroying it.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Like I'm deciding if it's worth the card cycle right now. Yeah, we're gonna flip this back over. Plus draw. Of course, okay, that's fine. And these go. That wouldn't have helped anyway.
Okay, since that went, she gets a buff.
Yeah.
And Joan doesn't really matter. So she gets +4, so I can keep track. Alright, going into combat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's come in for 3.
Also, folks, for the record, I designed the basis of this deck. I've seen a lot of lists run it, but like I'm using Matchstick for haste. And it does have green in it, which hasn't really shown off. And it does have Regalia in it, which I haven't seen a lot of in the deck. Probably because of the Darkness Kill, or the Darkness Shutdown card. I mean, yeah, I'd take it. I don't have anything.
Come in for 6.
Yep. So,
Let's go and tap for a stone. Because I've been forgetting to do that.
Draw step.
Mm-hmm.
I won't do anything. Well, you know what? Actually, we'll keep... Do we keep this? So this is draw step. We'll move to recovery regardless. Question is if I'm dead or not. If you drop your guy, and these are actually more.
Yeah, take an additional 4, 2 for
yeah.
each. That was my bad too, I didn't see
Yeah.
that. I should know better.
So if you play Arthur, this will be 7 for 14, and she would be 6. So that's actually lethal on the dot. So I have to bottom this card. I don't have a choice.
Not the best of Arthur. You'll know what I have.
And I die.
It hits the board and says, please don't kill me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Go.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to go ahead and draw on bottom.
I mean, if you have flames or anything, just even playing Arthur, I could respond for a turn.
That one on the bottom.
And then I block, you kill that, and then you just proceed to kill me because that buffs her.
Recovery.
So, Shadows will take game 1 against Fairies. This deck actually dismantles this list pretty good. You didn't have the best of stellar starts,
Tap for
but...
darkness. Banish this card, -2/-2.
Buff, and I'm dead. Alright guys, we're going to go to game 2. Stay tuned.